All right, so thought I'd come on live to try and figure out what's going on in Ferguson. A young man, Michael Brown, was shot today, and uh, folks in Ferguson, it's a little tense over there right now. I've been following some of Anthony French's tweets and vines and things like that, and hopefully cooler heads are prevailing. I'm hoping that if you guys are able to see this, and I'm going back and forth between computers right now, so I beg your pardon, but I'm asking for cooler heads to prevail because this is real, y'all. You know, this is life. This is real, and I don't want someone going down there with a hot head and becoming a victim themselves, or their actions causing someone else to be a victim. Now, if your kids are at home, or if they're not at home, call them on their phone. Tell them, don't go over to Ferguson where this thing is going down. Don't go over there. Stay out of that area. It's the best thing to do right now. And I'm trying to tell you this because I don't want to see anybody else get hurt. So if you're hearing what I'm saying, and I think you are, and I hope you are, I hope that you are heeding what I'm saying, because it's very important. Uh, Trying to get some information out, um, to let people know. And I'm sending this out to everybody on my social media followers, which is a lot of people. So I'm putting it on there right now. Let's see, go to YouTube and search Tony Scott live and see what comes up. Because we have to have cooler heads prevail. And I don't even know how this is looking, because I've been toying with this, but I did more reading than doing the actions. But the call to action for me right now is actually getting on and letting you know that this is very important. I'm moving stuff around here. As I said, I wasn't just decided on that this is what I needed. I felt like I needed to do. So, by the way, I had some scheduled tweets to go out that were of a pop culture nature. Uh, don't even worry about looking at those or anything if you were going to click them, because I've been asking for your support. Um, don't even worry about that. Let's just get to what we're doing now and make information happen. If you want to tweet me to let me know that you are getting these, that you are able to see me, that will be very helpful as I try and figure this out on the run. I know it says that I'm live on YouTube right now, so I'm hoping that you're able to see me, but it's very important that I keep people out of that area. Don't go. I know you're upset and everything, and I get that. This young man was 17 years old. He was shot 10 times, is what the reports that I'm getting. And it's interesting because of what's going on. None of the local news, or the local news cover. Channel 2 is not. Channel 4 is not. Channel 5 is not. Channel 11 is not. Channel 30, they don't even have news, do they? No, they don't have news. So I guess the earliest news we're going to get in St. Louis is coming up in about, what, 9 minutes? Um, let's see what I'm doing over here. Like I said, I'm flying by the seat of my pants, trying to see if you can find me, because I want to create some dialogue with you, because it's important, and I don't see where I'm able. There you go. I'm probably, if you go Tony Scott live and you go down probably 1, 2, 4, I'm the fifth one down. It says live now. Click that and join me. You can also tweet me. Use the hashtag TSLive, so I know I'll get them, and we'll go from there. I think that See if this turns on and stuff. Let me mute this so I don't get any feedback. But where is this? I'm trying. None of the local news channels are covering this shooting murder, is what I'm getting. So, Danielle, can you even see me on Twitter? Can you see? I mean, on YouTube? I'm wondering because I want to. No one else is on this. That's why I'm trying to create a dialogue and trying to. Let's see. I'm going to sign out of this. I've got so many different things going at one time. And hopefully you're able to see, because I don't want anybody to be hurt. I don't want anybody to be a victim. I want peace in the streets. I want everybody to be safe. This is serious. This is something that we need to let's see, Tony Scott. It's something that we all need to keep calm. You know, I understand you're outraged. A lot of people don't like the police, and I get that. I do. And yeah, so I'm live. If you search Tony Scott Live, you'll find me on there. Antonio French says police cars trample the rose petals and candles at the memorial for Mike Brown. That's horrible. Let's see. Well, I'm going in so many different directions here, and maybe I need to be the one who needs to stay a little calm, but now it's on channel 2. Yeah. But they're not live. They're not live. At least they're showing stuff from earlier today. What is this? Relative of hospice patient. Okay, they're doing another story. So maybe I just missed that. But let me see. Put this right here, write this here, and Scott Live on YouTube. Search Tony Scott Live. And tweet me, like I said, TS Live. Use that hashtag so I know that you're there. And if I can get Antonio French on somehow, I think I could figure out a way to do it via his phone, and I'll just hold it up to the microphone so that we can all hear what he's seeing, if in fact he's down there, and I think he is. So let's see. No, that's not it. That's my daughter, so I need to let them know that I'm recording, and they'll leave me alone. So in fact, I'll do that right now. And let's see. Okay, so where are we here? Let's see. This is important information. I mean, here's the deal: is that there are a lot of angry people right now based on what happened today. We don't have all the facts, but we have the in a nutshell, what this is somebody, a young man, Michael Brown, was shot and killed today. Some reports got him shot 10 times. Now, I don't know that it's fact. I do know that he's not here anymore. And I think that we need to get people to understand that we need to remain calm. I said it's easier said than done. I get that. I totally understand that. People are pissed off, and I understand why. Because right now it appears to have been a senseless kind of thing, and I have no reason to believe otherwise. But I don't want folks I don't want folks going down there and becoming victims themselves and becoming uh, innocent bystanders, innocent victims. I don't want anybody getting handled by the police. That'll make things worse. That'll just incite the crowd that's already down there. And I don't want anything like that to happen because this needs to stop like right now. You know, cooler heads need to prevail. I mean, nobody got up this morning thinking that they were going to be a victim, especially Mike Brown. And I pray for his family and his friends, and may he rest in peace. He's 17 years old. School's getting ready to start. He's looking forward to things, you know, and all that is gone. And I'm sorry for that. But we have to understand just how important the big picture is here, and that is that we stay where we are. If you're at home, if you got your children at home, and they're talking about driving over there, don't let them leave the house. Do not let them leave the house. You know, you're gonna have to pull rank. You know, even if your kids are you know, 18, 19, 20, 21 years old, pull rank. You know, you cannot leave. Don't even let them go if they don't even live with you, and they say they're going home. Don't let them go home right now. It's too hot out there in Ferguson, from what I understand from the information that I'm getting. So if you can keep everybody at home. Nobody gets to leave the house right now, not for a while, because it's just too tense down there. Even Antonio French mentioned that it was too tense down there, and I'm hoping that you're hearing what I'm saying and that I'm making sense to you, because this is serious stuff. I mean, I watched it on TV and I watched some of the vines that Antonio French was putting out of, you know, one cop had to back they had to back their car up because of what, you know, the crowd was gathering, and it was looking really tense, and he backed up and got out of there. And I'm also reading that maybe some flowers and memorial stuff that was laid out on the curb and stuff may have been run over by police. That doesn't make it any better. I can't imagine, and maybe I'm being naive, I don't know, but I can't imagine that the cops would, at this point, will be doing something like that on purpose. Maybe they were just trying to get the hell out of there. I don't know. But it's one of those things where we need to come together. We need to realize what's important, and what's important right now is to remain calm. You know, like I said, I don't know how many people are even watching me right now, but I'm hoping that whoever is watching right now, that we get the message out there that we need to remain calm. And I apologize for kind of like being all over the place right now, but I'm trying to do several things at once, and hopefully I will be able to reach somebody to be able to get cooler heads to prevail. I'm in here burning up with these lights in here, but you know, that's nothing compared to how hot it may be over in Ferguson. Like I don't know if you are there, and for whatever reason you are able to see me or hear me or whatever, tweet me at use the hashtag TSLive, all one word, and let's dialogue about it. Let me see if I can get to Antonio French. I'm putting this on live on YouTube. Can you call me? I guess it would help if I included the number. Let's see, 50. I wouldn't give out my number to everybody. Not that I don't like you, but you know, come on, man. You know, but let's kind of recap what we have so far. There are, and I'm looking over. There's some more violence in St. Louis, but the situation that's going on in Ferguson right now. Lots of police. I saw there were helicopters in the sky. There were a huge police presence that's going on around this apartment complex, and we need to just I want to say stay respectful, but I think our emotions may take us well beyond that. So I want to say, let's use some common sense. Let's use what we have in our heads and not in our hearts right now, because if we act with our hearts, we're going to be burying more than Mike Brown. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be worse. I don't want that to happen. You guys are too important for that. Uh, and I'm hoping that you're hearing what I'm saying. I mean, you're angry, and we're creatures who act out of emotion. That's what we do. We're emotional beings. So we tend to, when something really jolts us, we tend to lash out. And I don't want anybody to do that. I don't want anybody to say that there's an issue that needs to be handled like right now. And the only thing that needs to be handled right now is that folks around there, if you're able to go back into your residences, you need to go back inside, because we need to cool this off, and we need to cool it off like right now. So if you know somebody who lives in one of the apartments or in the immediate area, you need to reach out to them and tell them, please, please, for the love of God, please go back inside right now and keep calm and just keep safe. And the safest place you're going to be right now is inside, because I don't know what the Ferguson police are thinking. I don't know what's going on. They're going to come down there with dogs, and I don't know. I don't want any of that to happen. I don't want you to be part of that. I want you to be safe. So go home is what I'm saying. And I'm hoping that if you're there, if you know somebody who's there and they want to send a message, they can, to use the hashtag TSLive on Twitter. Also, let me pull up a Facebook page. I think I can do that too. And let's see where we are here. And let's see, that's there. And hopefully you guys can, in fact, what I think I can do is actually maybe even embed this somehow. I don't see the embed code here, so I can put it on Facebook and things like. I just had a meeting with a friend of mine, Chris Miller, today. We were talking about things like this, and here this horrible thing happens, and I hate that I'm not like up to speed or where I need to be, but I'm doing the best that I can, and I hope you understand that. But it is important that this information, as a community, 10 years ago, could we have live tweeted and posted using social media on an event like this? Could I have jumped on YouTube right now begging you to stay out of harm's way? No, but we're able to do that now, and I'm thankful for that. So whether you're watching me on your phone or your computer, your laptop, your tablet, whatever it is, please understand that I want you to be safe, and I want you to be out of harm's way, especially children. And so I'm calling on parents. I'm calling on anybody who has a child in their house who has the ability to walk out the door, get in a car, or get on a bike if they're near that area or whatever. I'm calling on you to use what authority you have over them. Even if you don't have authority, you need to keep them where they are. I do not want them to go down there and be part of something that could happen that could be really, 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 really bad. You know what I'm saying? I want you to understand that this is serious. This is real. This is not a hoax. This is serious drama in our city of St. Louis. And my way of reaching you right now, I mean, I was upstairs and I was like following tweets and following messages and trying to get headlines and all this kind of stuff like that, and I wanted to do something, and I got to thinking, well, I got all this stuff in my house. Go to work, Tony. So I'm here trying to reach you, trying to get you to remain calm. I do understand that that you're upset and that you want consequences and ramifications, but you know what? Tonight's not the night for that, because we're too emotional right now, and we need to stay where we are. We need to stay in our head. We need to do that. That's important that we do that, because if we don't, like I'm saying, things are going to happen that shouldn't be close to happening, and I want you to understand just how important it is that you just stay where you are. You know, if you got to talk with your friends and family about it, do what I'm doing. Fire up FaceTime if you've got if you're an Apple guy or person, or get on Skype, or get on, do your own Google Hangout. But if you want to be engaged, but stay at home, because this is going to be the safest place that you can possibly be right now, is at home, out of harm's way. Am I being a little naive in saying that? Yeah, maybe so, but at least you're not down there. Because somebody's going to go down there, and they're going to raise all kinds of hell because they're very emotional right now, and that's understandable. But what will not be understandable is someone else becoming a victim tonight based on the events of today. So I'm begging you. I'm asking you, a lot of you folks who listen for years to me on the radio, call me Uncle Tony. I'm just your uncle. You play uncle. I'm asking you, please stay home. And, you know, I'm disappointed in the local media. I mean, because this is like, this should be the only thing on local news right now. Fox 2 always talks about how they're local, and this should be the only thing. They're talking about politics right now. They shouldn't even be talking about it. They should be talking about what's going on. They should be talking to people. They should have people on television right now talking to them, trying to get them to be calm. And maybe I'm overreacting. I don't know. But I know potentially what this could turn into, and I don't want it to do that. So I'm thinking that, you know, we need to remain engaged, but on this platform, not going down there. Because like I said, somebody is going to see something, somebody's going to say something, and it may not even involve the police. Somebody will say, well, he must have been doing something. I don't know. Somebody's going to say something, and something's going to pop off. That's just how young people are these days. I'm just being honest with you. It don't take much to set off people these days. I'm not telling you nothing you don't know. But so what I do want to say is that, you know, factoring all these things into the equation, it's like the only thing that should be going on right now is you being at home or staying in a place where you're at. Maybe you're at Big Mama's house. Stay there. I'm not saying spend the night there, although that wouldn't be a bad thing, but I'm just saying stay where you are for now. Anybody who's thinking about, let's go down and see what's popping, don't do that. Don't do that. That's a bad thing. Now, again, if you don't know what I'm talking about, there are reports, a 17-year-old young man named Mike Brown was shot in Ferguson today at an apartment complex, and it's been tense down there in that area because people say he was shot 10 times and he was unarmed. And I'm saying all this because this is information that if you haven't heard about it, then you need to be told about this. It was a police-involved shooting. I don't know why. They say his hands were up, is what the stuff that I've been getting. This was on Copper Creek Road at the Canfield Green Apartments. And police had closed off a large section of West Florissant Avenue in that area at Canfield Drive. There was at least 100 police officers' cars there, numerous officers with M16s in the area. You know, they also say hundreds of people have gathered at an intersection of West Florissant and Canfield Drive to protest. Now, I'm telling you this, and I'm telling you right now that you need to just stay away from that area. It's tempting to go down there because we all want to know what happened. But this is not something that you really want to be down there for, because like I said, the more people go down there, the hotter it's going to be down there. Do you see what I'm saying? The hotter it's going to get down there as far as tempers and emotions are going to run high. And something's going to happen, and then the police are going to have to do what they got to do. And we all know what that means when it involves lots of black folks, is that they're coming out of a bag. And we just need, like, cooler heads to prevail in this situation. I mean, it's a horrible thing. The NAACP of St. Louis County, President Esther Haywood says, we are hurt to hear that yet another teenage boy has been slaughtered by law enforcement, especially in light of the recent death of Eric Garner in New York, who was killed for selling cigarettes. We plan to do everything within our power to ensure that the Ferguson Police Department, as well as the St. Louis County Police Department, releases all details pertinent to the shooting. We strongly encourage residents to stay away from the crime scene so that no additional citizens are injured. I've spoken directly with St. Louis County Police Chief John Belmer, and I'm confident that both he and his department will ensure that the investigation is conducted properly and that all details are kept transparent. Ferguson Police Chief Tom Jackson says that St. Louis County Police have taken over the investigation, and the officer involved in the shooting has been put on administrative leave. Police are not saying what led to the shooting. They have not confirmed that the victim was in possession of a weapon at the time, although many accounts that I've read saying that he had his hands up. I don't know. I don't know. But I do want to urge you that in this situation, and I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. How frightened could this young man have been to be standing there with an officer pointing a gun at him? And he had to know, you know, you get that feeling, right? You get that feeling. The people who I've talked to who have been in that situation, they know when it's about to really get bad. And I feel for him. I know he's at peace now, but he has so much life left to live. You know, someone like me, who's in his 50s, I've lived over half my life. He had even got to, you know, a quarter of his life of what it should be, and I just think that's just too bad, and it shouldn't be that way. But it is. It is what it is, and his mom. I mean, come on! This morning at breakfast, did it cross her mind that something like this could happen? No, didn't cross anybody's mind. Mike Brown's mind didn't cross his mind at all either. So I mean, I don't know. You know, people are saying the only reason why police haven't gone in on the folks who are out there is because there are cameras down there. Well, if that's the case, then I guess that's good. The cameras are down there. You know, we live in a different world now. You know, where you know, phones are able to capture video, things like that, and you know, people are held accountable. I think that it's important to understand that, you know, our emotions are still raw over what happened in New York, and I know we're in St. Louis, you know, half the country away from New York, but still, because of social media, it brings us all closer together. You know, we were able to see the video footage of the man in New York and things like that, and what's going on right now is, you know, in Ferguson is frightening on so many different levels. And I think that if my child were to leave the house, I would be like, no, you're not going anywhere. You know, I got to pull rank. You know, my 30-year-old, if she lived here, no, I wouldn't let her go out the door. And she got a man, 2 babies. That's I'll keep y'all's asses right here in this house right now for a while. You're gonna be here for a while. Get comfortable. I don't live anywhere near Ferguson, but I'm just saying, as someone who's looking at the big picture, I don't want someone saying, "Hey, let's go down there, man." I know, you know. And then here's the deal: like a young person will talk their parent or who they promise, "I won't go down there," and they're gonna get on their phone. Where you at? I'm down here, man, Ferguson, outside that apartment complex. Ooh, what's going on, man? You need to get down here. And the next thing you know, they're down there. And then that starts to multiply. Next thing you know, you got, you know, it's packed down there, and tensions get high, and I just don't want to see that happen. So I'm asking you, as I wipe my forehead, because these lights are very hot, to understand where I'm coming from and to be calm about this. If like I said, if you have a comment about this, you are more than welcome to send a comment on Twitter. Use the hashtag TS Live, Tony Scott Live, TS Live. Use that hashtag, and I'll get your message right here. I've got it set up for that. Let me see on Facebook what people are saying. People are playing games on Facebook. So yes, yes. Let's see where we are right here. No, I don't want that on there. That's not something that I need to be in right now. I'm asking people right now to understand the big picture of what's going on, and it's important to realize that no matter what tonight, no matter what happens tonight, we need to stay calm. Tonight, we need to, if you live in that area, go back in your house, go back in your apartment. If you don't live in that area, get in your car and leave and go home and get home safe. You know, this is something I cannot imagine as a parent going through what his mother is going through right now. It's like, what the hell just happened? You know, I just cannot imagine. And whether the shooting was legit or not, I just cannot imagine. My 17-year-old got shot by the police 10 times. What the is that? You know what I'm saying? What is that about? You know? And from the looks of things, it's like, it seems like from everything I've gotten so far that there was really not a, well, nobody deserves to be shot 10 times. I mean, obviously there are exceptions to every rule, but I mean, no one what 17-year-old gets shot 10 times by the police? What you had to make sure? Well, what was that? I mean, did you shoot out of anger? Well, I mean, I don't understand how a police officer shoots one person that many times if that is indeed what happened. If he got shot 10 times, I don't understand why someone needs to be shot 10 times. I mean, more often than not, you know, bullets 2 through 4 are going to incapacitate most people, you know, unless they're on one of those drug things where they, you know, I'm not saying that Mike Brown was, because everybody says he was just a good kid. What a great kid he was and stuff like that. I'm just going by with stuff that I've been reading on social media. Why did this have to happen to him? Things like that. So I don't know. I just don't know. But what I hope is that people are understanding where I'm coming from. And if I'm repeating myself, I'm sorry. I would love to dialogue with you about it. This is the only way I can do this. If you want, like I said, you can send me a comment on Twitter. Use the hashtag TSLive. And let's see. Let me see. I haven't checked it in a minute. Let me see where we're at right here. If I got anything. Someone says they did bring the dogs out, and there are police helicopters there. Is one of the messages that I got. So I appreciate that. So there you go. That's some of the information that was been going out, is that they did bring the dogs out. Whether they turned them loose or not, let's hope they didn't do that. Let's see if I can see anything else. Let's see. Antonio French says the Ferguson chief, the county chief, county prosecutor, and Charlie Dooley need to reach out to the family and promise justice tonight. That's a great point. That's a great point. Is that these people who are in places and in positions of authority, they need to speak out tonight and say that justice will be promised. That needs to happen. That'll calm some people down. These people are Charlie Dooley is respected in a lot of circles. I know he just lost the election, but he still has the job right now. You know, again, local media has really let me down. I don't know if I can even say that enough. That this is not a major story. It's interesting what happened in Kirkwood with Cookie Thornton. I mean, they pulled everything off TV that night because it cast a black man in a bad light, and they couldn't wait. They couldn't wait to tell the world what Cookie Thornton did. Here you have a 17-year-old black boy who got shot. He got shot, and no one wants to talk about it until after weather. Well, that sucks. They need to be on this, man. They need to be on this. It needs to be one of those things. You should be on their Facebook pages and complain. You need to be heard, because this is crazy. You don't do that. You just don't. You see me reaching over here because I'm reaching I've got, we need a reason as to why this happened, and we need this now. We need as quickly as possible. Somebody's, I don't know if I agree with Tony that everybody should stay home. People have a right to protest peacefully. They absolutely do have a right to do that. But let's keep it real. That may not happen. I mean, maybe we can protest tomorrow, but tonight we need to remain as calm and cool, because right now we're raw with emotion. We're raw with rage. We want justice. We want all this stuff. And tonight may not be the night to do that. Out of respect for Mike Brown, let's not get anybody else shot or attacked by a police dog or handled by police. Let's not do that. That's the thing. I think that's really, I mean, everybody has a right to protest, and I get that, Rhonda, I really do. But I think that it's important that we understand that tonight is not the best night to do that, because I just don't want to see people out there and then someone, comes out of a bag and they just start deciding they're going to take justice in their own hands, and they're going to open up on a cop who's standing there. And understand, let's not put all police in that box. There are some police officers who were like, what the hell just happened? There are some police, believe it or not, there are some police who are good people. That's the thing about when there are people, and the police officer who shot Mike Brown, I don't know what kind of cop he was or is. I have no idea. I don't know, and they won't even release his name, which I guess at this point is a good thing. But I guess my point is that what we don't know, we just can't let our emotions mold facts of things that we don't know. Do we have a general idea? I would say we're about 50% there, that we have a general idea. We do know that a 17-year-old was shot multiple times. We do know that he has died, and really outside of that, I don't really know much else. So if we can stay calm. I know Antonio French is posting some stuff on Vine, and I appreciate him for that, and people letting him know that I'm trying to reach him. Someone says this event reminds me of the Trayvon Martin case. Let's see what else we got here. A lot of people who are just giving me all kinds of love for doing this, and I'm not doing it for that reason, but I do appreciate it. I do, but I just want to look at the big picture. I mean, this is the part that angers me, though, about local media. I mean, is it they're not even, they should be pulling everything off and talking about this. But the racially polarized town that is St. Louis, what are they doing? Let's see. Law and Order, Special Victims Unit, 48 Hours. What else? A movie review. Let's see. Over here we have The Closer and 2020. That's sad. That's very sad. This should be wall-to-wall coverage because of what's going on. I think people are I think the local news directors here are missing the whole point. I mean, should this be wall-to-wall in Indianapolis? No. But we're not. It didn't happen in Indianapolis. It happened here in St. Louis. It happened in St. Louis. And who's on this right now? Me. Me. Little old me. Or maybe there's someone else doing what I'm doing. I hope so. I hope so. I want to get many perspectives about what's going on, and hopefully that is happening and people are understanding. Antonio French says people are angry, frustrated, but peaceful. That's a great thing. The police department's heavy-handed approach made things worse. Leaving was good. So a lot of people have left. Carol Daniel at KMOX is retweeting, so she retweeted what Anthony French posted and stuff like that. So, but people need to understand that this is serious business. People who are not in the St. Louis area. I mean, they see this, how serious it is and stuff, but we're in St. Louis. This is in our backyard, y'all. This is real. This is what's going on. And again, if you have a comment, I'd love to hear it. You can hashtag me at TS Live on Twitter. You can post to Facebook. Let me check. I got 3 different Facebook pages. So let's see if anybody has posted a comment or anything. I don't see what that's. Let's see, nothing there. And let's go to this page real quick and see. No, nothing there either. Well, you know what? Let me go here and see what's being posted right here. Let's see, anything. Let's see, I think I just saw a comment. Let's see. I want to share this with you. And then let me go up here. I've actually got like someone says, so Mike Brown can't get any live news coverage in St. Louis. You'll break in for a Cardinals trade but can't cover a police shooting. Danielle, that's so true. And that's what I've been saying the last 5 or 10 minutes is that I don't understand why this isn't wall to wall. Like I said earlier, when the Cookie Thornton situation happened, everybody pulled off all their primetime programming in St. Louis. Everything was pulled off. You know what I'm saying? Everything was pulled off so they could tell the world what a black man did. But now that a black man is a victim in St. Louis, now that his life has been taken away in St. Louis, a black man in St. Louis, 17 years old, they only want to give you highlights, and then they've moved on. There's only one newscast on right now in the 9 p.m. hour, and right now I think they're doing an underwater wedding with a turtle floating over their head. That's what's on. And I don't understand why they haven't picked up the pace with this. Let's see. Ms. McCline says she agrees with me. She's watching on YouTube right now. I appreciate that. Like I said earlier, I was upstairs, the baseball fan that I am. I'm going between games and stuff like that, and I just saw what I saw and thought, how can I be more involved? What can I do? I mean, I haven't been on the radio in 3 months, but I know I still talk with people via social media, and the few times that I do leave the house. But I think that I could do something is what I'm thinking to myself. So I figured, I just had a meeting today with my friend Chris Miller, and we were talking about live streaming, and boom. And I've been toying with YouTube Live, reading articles of how exactly it works, and I just, hadn't quite grasped it yet. But I said, you know what, I'm just going to have to go with what I got to go with. I'm not going to do the lower thirds where my name, y'all know who I am. It's not even important who I am. It's important that the message get out that cooler heads prevail. That's the important thing. And I think that people need to understand just, it's hard to put into words because I'm a parent. I'm a grandfather. I'm a grandparent. I have 2 grandsons. And I cannot imagine, my oldest grandson is 11 or 12 years old, and I think he's 11 years old, and I just cannot imagine that in 6 years he'd be 17, the same age Mike Brown when he got shot and killed today. I don't know. I just cannot fathom that. I can't, and I'm not telling you anything you don't know, that there's been a target on young black males' back. I'm 54. It's been on their back since before I was born. And then here we are with where we are tonight, not long removed from what happened in New York. And we're here now, and I don't know. Just trying to keep things as calm as possible. How long will I be on tonight? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know, because it's just hard to believe that, and here I am again repeating myself saying, What is wrong with local media? What is wrong? Here it is, 20 minutes to 10 Central Time, St. Louis time, and they're still running their regular programming. I just, it saddens me, it pisses me off, and it makes me wonder. I mean, all hands need to be on deck. The reporters who were off on the weekend, why aren't they in talking about this? Am I making too much of this? Is Mike Brown's life not that important, where the taking of his life at such a young age should not be reported on from every angle possible? Asking people what did they see, asking people uh, what kind of young man he was, getting those kinds of things on the record, talking to police, having a news conference with all the officials involved, the county executive and the police chief from Ferguson and the police chief of the St. Louis County Police Department, who apparently the county police department is going to take over the investigation from Ferguson police, which should be done, because I don't think that at this point the Ferguson Police Department should have anything involved with anything like that. I'm glad to see that Hot 104.1 here in St. Louis is taking calls and stuff like that, so I'm happy to see that. So I don't know what other radio stations are doing, if they're doing anything. I have no idea. I just know that at this point, let's see. Yeah, everything, all the messages are the same right now, so I can't see why. You know, music is a great thing, but when something like this happens, the music needs to come off the radio, and we need to get into this. You know, and I'm not talking about just black radio, just radio. All the radio stations need to be. This is what radio is for. We tend to forget that sometimes, and hopefully, a friend of mine says she just got home. She lives 5 minutes away from where Mike Brown was killed. Um, Mayor and Police Commissioner Ferguson, that people saying the officer needs to be held accountable. I think that's very true. I think that's very true. Thank you so much, Robert Littall, for telling people that I'm doing this right now. You know, people wonder, Charlie Dooley, are you going to be visiting the parents of Mike Brown tonight? You know, there's still work to do. I hope so. I hope he's in town. I don't even know if Charlie Dooley's in town. I know if I was on the losing end of the campaign that he was just on, I probably would want to go away just to regroup. So I don't even know if he's in town or not. I have no idea. But if he is in town, I'm sure he'll do the right thing. Jeff says, I live in Ferguson. We need to be calm and wait for the facts and not let hotheads on either side take over. That's what I'm saying. Is that right now the emotions are raw. The emotions are running high, and I just want, you know, cooler heads to prevail, and it looks like that's going to happen, which I'm happy about that. So I appreciate, and you know, people who may have heard what I said and decided to act and keep their children away from that area to the best that they could. I don't know, maybe they thought about it on their own. I'm not taking credit for it at all. I'm just saying. Antonio French tweets, Ferguson police have dog shotguns on armed crowd raising their hands. Oh, this was from earlier, a retweet from earlier, where he was saying that the Ferguson police had dogs and shotguns down there, and the crowd who was unarmed were raising their hands. That was from about an hour ago, I want to say. Hopefully, I'm reading these messages as they come in, and looking to see. The officer is on paid leave, which is normal procedure when something like that happens. Is that they're on leave, and yeah, they do get paid. So that normally happens. I'm not surprised that he was put on paid leave so that they can try and sort this out. It doesn't surprise me at all. It's because that's normally what, like I said, it seems to be normal procedure. Let's see. Yeah, that's the deal there. So I'm going through these comments. And it's interesting because of the people that I follow like a lot of people. I'm getting pictures from the neighborhood awards and Steve Harvey's hoodie awards. He calls them neighborhood awards now. I'm getting pictures of winners and stuff, which is fine. Just not tonight in St. Louis. It's not, because this is something which I always find interesting, because some people, there are, believe it or not, there are some people in town who could care less that Mike Brown was shot today. People of color, who in St. Louis feel that way, and there's something very, very sad about that, in my opinion, because I think that we need to all look at ourselves and look inward and stuff, and pray for Mike Brown, pray for his soul, pray for his mom and his family. Like I said, I don't know really anything. I don't know anything about him. I never heard of this young man until today, and that's not a reflection on him. That's the truth of the matter. Uh, and I think that it needs to be. We need to stop, and we need to look at this for what it is. A young man lost his life for what appears to be no reason at all. I can't, in my mind, I cannot reconcile why he was shot 10 times, multiple times. Why was he shot that many times? That's the thing. He was visiting his grandma, someone says. She had just driven past him as he was walking back to her house. Can you imagine? Some people say every report and eyewitness statement says that he was shot with his hands raised in surrender. Because I'm just reading. I'm reading through some of this stuff right here, and gonna open up something over here. Maybe I can give you a little bit more information, because you're not getting nothing from TV. That's for sure. Let's see where we are. I have a feeling the video's getting ready. I got to stop that, because can't have that playing for copyright reasons. And this whole thing happened around noon today. He had just graduated from Normandy High School, is what I'm seeing right here. Let's see. Just reading you some of the stuff that I'm seeing here. A couple hundred people were out of the apartment building after an officer with the Ferguson Police Department shot and killed a teenager. They won't identify. So really, the only person who's been identified has been Mike Brown. No reports of additional injuries. Some people were yelling threats toward the police. See, that's what we didn't want. We don't need that. Officers said the officers said they thought they heard gunshots from the crowd. Someone in the crowd yelled, "Kill the police." Police at the scene called for about 60 other police units to respond to the area in Ferguson. The county NAACP says it's launched an investigation. They're asking the FBI to get involved. I did tell you earlier the county police are now handling the investigation. So that's the deal there. Let's see. Okay, we don't need that right there. So we'll go over here and see what's over here. And let's see. Thank you so much for the compliment. I appreciate that. This page isn't available. I get that. And I'll close that right there and come back. I'm popping between different pages over here. So I ask you to forgive me for not being more polished with this, but this is one of these things where it's live and polish seems to go out the window because of how important this situation is, and we just go shooting from the hip here. That's kind of like where we are right now. So like I said, I'm popping around here at 10 minutes to 10, and there really isn't anything else going on. Somebody, the Black Voices, just think about how many cases of police brutality that never get this much attention. It happens every day. This is true. The crowd is shouting, "We are Michael Brown." Police are leaving right now, and the crowd is cheering that the police are leaving. So I guess to some degree, there probably will be some police presence there, just not the amount of police that have been there most of the day, is what I imagine. They're going to probably have to keep, I don't know. I'm speaking off the top of my head. Maybe I shouldn't even say that. But Antonio French says the crowd is shouting, "We are Michael Brown." Police are leaving, and the crowd is cheering. Let's see if I can get some of that audio for you from... Thank you, Danielle. Take your time, Tony. Yeah, you're right. You're right. You know me. I want everything to be perfect for the people that I'm broadcasting to. That's important. Let's see where we are right here. See if we can get the audio on this going and see what people are. There you go. That is one of the vines, and let's see, is this another vine? It is another vine. I don't know if you can hear it or not, but I'll try it. Again, turn the mic so you can get some of that audio, and boom. That's the police leaving. People are cheering because the police are leaving. And you know what? Think about that for a second, though. Imagine being an officer who, right as of right now, not the officer involved in the shooting, but you were sent down there to help keep the peace. And imagine the abuse you're getting because you're being lumped in with what this one officer said. I just can't. Imagine what that person's going through. I mean, he's only human. He's doing his job, and he's being called probably all kinds of names. And it's what's to be expected because it is a high emotional state right now. The crowd chanting, "We are Michael Brown." Let's see. We are Michael Brown. 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 We are. Now, Antonio French posted that 3 minutes ago, and from the looks of that, there are still quite a few people down there. So I don't know how many people total were down there, but at this point, it seems to be like a lot that are still down there. Maybe they're leaving. Hopefully so. Let's see. Let's see. There are protesters at the Ferguson Police Department. Let's go to that. Let you hear a little bit of that too. See if you can pick up anything. Police stops should not equal dead kids. Somebody's holding up a sign that says police stops should not equal dead kids. So I'm looking at that. So I'm playing some of these vines. And if by chance, because I'm playing them, raw, if you hear a bad word, I apologize for that. That's not was my intention of that. So, and either my family is home or somebody broke into my house. So it could go either way. But I think my family's home. That's fine. Let's see. I would just hate for someone tonight to take their frustrations out on somebody random. There's a long shot that will happen, but you know what? It's happened before, and I would hate to see something like that happen. Let's see. I'll put that right there, and probably going to go just a few more minutes, and let's see what this is right here. Talking about football on the local news. Why that's the case, you know what? I don't know. Let me seem to have got something here. Let's see what that's about. And Okay, and that goes there, and all right. I'm bouncing around here. I got two Tony Scott Media Facebook pages, and I got a Talking 360 Facebook page. So I'm going through all of them, trying to see what comments have been made, and let's see, get something right here and see if there are any other comments. I'm just scrolling up here and seeing. Brittany Noble from Channel 4 is tweeting that trash can was just set on fire near the area where Mike Brown was shot. See, that's stuff we don't need. Trying to keep the peace here. Let's see. There's another protest vine from Antonio French. Let's see if it's the same thing. No, this is a different one. So listen to this.
Democrats have got to go. Hey, hey. Ho, ho. Democrats have got to go. Hey, hey. Democrats have got to go. Hey, hey.
All right. I always wish that we could come up with a better, I don't know, what is the right word, chant like that. It just seems like it's inappropriate, but my wife's sending me text. I gotta look after the wife, so I'm not on YouTube. Do this and put that there, and yeah, I don't know if the 10 o'clock news, which starts in 3 minutes, is going to how much coverage they're going to give it, but it is disappointing at this point that they haven't broke in, because in St. Louis this is breaking news. This is important stuff. It's a peaceful protest. Let's see, from the accounts that I'm getting from down there, and let's see, we got, let's see that there, and ooh, somebody sent me a long message. Let's see. I am not trying to incite a riot or any situation, but there is no way in summer hell that any unarmed child should be gunned down and shot 9 times by police officers. My heart is very heavy at this moment. When will we stand up for our children? They are and have been killing black boys for centuries now, and nothing, and I mean nothing, is done about it. Are our lives not worth fighting for? Are we not worthy of being considered human? I don't give a damn if he stole the cash register itself. Does that give them the right to shoot and kill this unarmed child? I know stories will try to come out and defame this child's character. We've seen it with Trayvon and Tamika, but at the end of the day, do we have to take their lives? My heart is heavy. I'm tired of crying. I'm tired of explaining my plight as an African-American male in this nation, he writes. I'm tired of people trying to criminalize the victim, tired of people trying to act like there aren't any flaws in our system. The black male always, and I mean always, equate to the lesser than human. We are replaceable to those who fear us. Our lives are not worth the news reporting on. Our existence is continuously destroyed throughout history. If my color isn't an issue, why do things like this continue to happen? Rest in peace to this young man they call Mike. People, grab your sons right now, hold them, tell them you love them, pray over them, give them the ability to make it to the future. Teach them that this way of life isn't right. This isn't how anyone should be treated. This is not how a child should die. Remember today, a mother and father lost their son. My heart is so heavy right now. It's a sad day yet again. This is from Irvin Williams. And appreciate the comment, Irvin. That means a lot that you took the time to send me that. Someone says this country is Mike Brown tonight. So words could never be more true. Let's see where else we got here. Thank you, Anthony. Appreciate that. see. Community of Ferguson, someone writes, continue to be nonviolent. We do not need to fight the police officers guns for guns. Let us show them that we are different, better than that. Let us show the world that we are stronger than that. Don't give them free bullets by acting out of anger. Continue to occupy your streets. Take back your community. Ronnie says, as a father, I cannot even imagine. Blue Bolden, I hope everyone keeps a cool head in Ferguson tonight. This is a war you will not win. I pray that no one else gets hurt. That's what I've been saying. Let's see. I'm just going down reading comments because people who are wanting to vent, and there ain't many of us in the St. Louis area who are giving people the opportunity to vent, whether it's through social media posts or calling radio stations and things like that. I don't know. Thank you, Troy. My partner in crime is helping out here. Another young man killed by the police. Wilder says only this time. No, I'm not even going to finish reading that because I don't even know if that's true or not. So I did see SWAT trucks earlier. Did you notice that there were SWAT trucks that were in the area, that were driven into the area earlier? I saw that. Now the local news, are they on it? Let's see. Yeah. This is daytime footage because here we are 10 o'clock at night, and they're rolling footage from earlier in the day. And I can't really play it on the air or on this because that would not be good for me. So I can't do that because there's some copyrights and things like that. So I won't play the video. Let's see. Yeah, what I told you earlier about the NAACP investigating officer involved shooting. Because we are at, what time is it? It is 10:02. And they've already moved on to another story on Channel 5. And Channel 4 is live right now, and Channel 2 is still running daytime footage. So let's see. I'm going from here to there, and let's see. I'm trying to pull up some footage. Oh, there's footage. You can't see this, but it's footage of that garbage can I told you that was set on fire. Not garbage can, but trash, big thing that was set on fire. So that was going on there. And let me see if anybody, if you want to comment, you can use the hashtag on Twitter, TS Live, and hopefully I'll get it. Let's see. It's interesting how people's sense of humor, or what they perceive as their sense of humor, in regards to a tragic situation, is always it's always interesting to me. But maybe it's their way of coping. I try to look at it like that. I'm not, it's because I don't know that particular person. So let's see. Yeah. It's times like these when scheduled tweets seem insensitive and make me want to unfollow. I feel the same way, but I'm guilty of it too because I had some tweets scheduled and I forgot to cancel them when I went on YouTube Live, so I understand that. Rhonda says, I need the president and the White House to be more concerned about the war on U.S. soil. Let's see. Yeah, so that's true too. We do have a war going on in the streets of America, and it's been going on for a while. So I'm not gonna criticize any president for not making that some sort of priority because none of them ever have. so you can just kind of like lump them all together if you wanted to, and I think that would be fair. But let's see. I'm just trying to. I'm combing through comments and going through things, and let's see what I have. Where's that? That one right there. I'm just rotating between Facebook pages and Twitter and. Charlie Dooley has responded on Twitter saying Mike Brown's death is not to be used for political grandstanding. I have reached out to the family and I have people with them. Okay. Uh, good. Good to see that, Charlie. Let's see. Mike Brown and his friend were walking in the street. The officer told them to move. They didn't. He started firing his gun. Now, if that's true, that is really bad, really, really bad. Let me let you hear another vine from Antonio French.
What do we want? Justice! When do we want it? Now! What do we want? Justice! What do we want? Justice! When do we want?
There you go. That's people. There seems to be a crowd at the pretty good crowd at the Ferguson Police Headquarters. That's going on right now. Trying to see is everybody done covering Mike Brown on local TV? Hospital security. I mean, I understand there's other news that's been going on today, but you know what? Damn that. You know what I'm saying? This right here that happened at noon today, so we're roughly at about 10 hours. And we need more. We need more. And people need to be allowed to talk about this. And it's not happening. So they've all moved on to other stories on the news. That bothers me. It really does, because I think that this, at least in St. Louis, like I said, if this was going on if we were in Baton Rouge or we were even in Little Rock, if we were in Kansas City, I mean, I could understand. But this is our backyard. This is where it happened. So all our energy needs to be here. As far as, to me, dear mainstream media, the story is not the protest. The story is the police shooting of an unarmed black teenager. That's a great point, Gail. There were several cell phone videos that recorded the entire shooting, and those videos are being reviewed. This is according to Channel 4. That's what they're reporting. Someone posted on Twitter. So I can't imagine, though. Well, okay, I can see that. I was in my head, trying to reconcile, well, how are phones out so fast? I mean, I understand it's quick to pull out a phone and all that, but there must have been, it didn't just, so that would indicate that it just wasn't like, hey, get off the street, and they wouldn't, as if what's being alleged, and then he just come out and just started firing. There must have been time where people were had time to pull out their phones and get the whole thing. So let's see what we'll have to see what that's about. Will those videos come out? That's going to be the story there too, if in fact that is the case. So let's see. I'm again bouncing back and forth. It's very interesting, though, that smartphones and social media have brought everybody into the circle of providing content. Because now you just whip one of these out and you're good to go. You're good to be able to capture something if something's happening, and you're able to do that. And it's kind of changed the game, and I don't think that media has figured out how to change their business model. I don't think they've done that. So it's interesting from my perspective how that works out that way. But here we are at 10:09, and it seems that all the local stations are done covering it, unless they go back. And I can't really see that happening. It's amazing to me how they just don't get it. They don't want to get it. But this is a city that we live in. This is where we are. This is where we live. And St. Louis has been a racially polarized city for the 26 years that I've lived here. So some reports are saying Michael Brown was 18. So was he 17 or 18 years old? It doesn't matter. He was shot. And again, if you just came on to YouTube, thank you for that. Because I'm trying to do what I can as someone who works in broadcasting without a job right now, trying to relay information to you because the local media is not doing it. And so to the degree that maybe it needs to be done, and I'm not by any means at all saying that I'm doing a bang-up job, because quite honestly I'm not, but I'm trying to relay information as I get it, and I've got 3 computers going right now. And let's see. So they think he may have been tracing for his cell phone, pepper spray, or non-lethal tactics, and that mother would not be burying her son. Okay, that's a fair point. I think that's a fair point. But everybody's staying calm, which is basically, you know, with some exceptions, has pretty much been the deal on that. So I think yeah, Mike Brown got about 6 minutes, if he got that much. But it looks like that is exactly what is all the local media is going to give Mike Brown tonight, is going to be the 6 minutes or so that he got. You know, there's the Moonlight Ramble is being covered right now. The Moonlight Ramble is getting covered. I mean, maybe they're going to at 10:30 when the news is over. Maybe they're going to like go full board. Not really. On the Mike Brown coverage of the shooting that happened at noon today in Ferguson. Maybe at 10:30. No, that's not going to happen. Who am I kidding? That's not going to happen. It's just it's disappointing. But that's not really the issue, is it? And I'm wrong for dwelling on that. Because the issue is why this happened. What would cause a police officer to unload his gun with 10 bullets, if that's the deal? What would cause someone to do that? A police officer. I mean, because to me, if you shoot somebody, and I've never been shot, I've known people who I have an uncle who was shot. But let's see. Someone sent me some. But it just seems to me that it's just kind of odd that after why you would feel, are you threatened that much where you would have to make sure that 10 bullets in? All right, I've got some audio for you to hear. See if I can play it and you can hear it. Again, I'm not make sure I'm still plugged in here. I'm not sure if there's going to be foul language or not. So if there is, I do apologize for that. But let's see.
They wonder. This is why. But I refuse to let my son be like that. You understand what I'm saying? So I stayed on his head. And I wish I could have been here to save my son. That's my son. You're supposed to protect your kids. I feel like I failed because I let something happen to my son.
You didn't fail. You did not fail. You did not fail. You didn't fail.
Fooling 2 days. So battle rap. But you took it. You took him. Monday is the beginning. They is wrong. They are dead wrong, and they know it. Anytime time the police come and tell you we took them away from her and brought in another police because they're gonna cover for him. Come on, man. Come on, man.
That is video. Actually, I just played the audio for you, but the video is from something that was posted. I think that might be Brittany Noble from Channel 4, so hopefully I won't get in trouble for that, but it was posted on Facebook. And that's the deal there. Tony Scott, I can't wait to hear what the Ferguson police cook up as a reason. Well, there's always going to be a reason. It's whether or not the reason's legit or not. That's the thing. There's going to be a reason why the police officer decided to shoot Mike Brown and shoot him 10 times or however many times he shot him. There's going to be a reason why. Whether we believe the reason, whether it's legit reason, that'll be open to interpretation. Mother of St. Louis teen Michael Brown, quoting now, "You just shot all through my baby's body. You don't do a dog like that." The media is calling the crowd angry because black people are expected to accept terrorism without reacting. Now, that's a great point. That's a great point. You know, that's part of like why the President Obama couldn't really be angry about things during the campaign when they would say things and make up things about him, because you know, white America fears, not all white America, but white America fears an angry black man. So that's why he couldn't get mad. We said, why doesn't he get mad? Why don't we get more emotion from President Obama, or then Senator Obama? Why aren't we getting more emotion from him like that? It's because being an angry black man on television doesn't very seldom play out well. That's just a fact, you know. And it's sad, but it's the truth that there's folks are scared of an angry black man, and it's, you know, so you're not allowed. You're expected, because you're black, you're expected to accept violence and not show emotion. So there we are right there. So I think I'm going to leave it right there, because I think that I think I've got the message out to the few people who are watching. Hopefully they related via social media and via phone calls and things like that, so that we could keep people safe tonight. I understand people are mad, and I understand people are angry and hurt and sad and just very emotional right now. I get all that. But tonight's not the night to be lashing out, because it could cost you your life. It could cost you someone standing next to you their life. And there's been enough bloodshed today in St. Louis with the shooting of Michael Brown. So may he rest in peace. And I appreciate you watching. I'm gonna shut down now, because I think that this is the information that needed to get out, and I think I was able to do that. So I appreciate you being with me. I appreciate you sending me comments and things like that. So God bless you all. Have a safe night, and I'll talk to you soon. All right. God bless.